Then the next point is ability of focusing. Under that, you have 2 points. Meeting deadlines is essential. Schedule the task with the given time period. This comes under ability of focusing. You have to meet the deadlines. Otherwise, without meeting the deadlines, you can't make sure that you are going to make the amendments in a punctual manner. Say, if you are given a deadline, and if you have completed your report before the deadline, you can just show it to your supervisor, or you can just show it to your bank or professional body for possible amendments. Otherwise, you don't have time to make sure that your amendments will be done in an accurate manner or in a punctual manner. So always remember, you have to meet the deadlines. It's an essential part of your report writing. And you have to schedule the task with the given time period. You can make a schedule, prepare a schedule according to the time period you are given. Based on the time period, you can just divide your task into several parts. You can divide your ultimate goal into sub goals. So based on that, you can just finish up each and every goal within the given time frame. Likewise, you can complete the whole task. And then comes the ability of meeting deadlines. Ability of meeting deadlines. Under that, you have 3 points. Communication with the team members, confirm the deadline, submitting partially completed documents, verifying the content and knowledge. Now, this is also very important. This comes under ability of meeting deadlines. So for you to be able to meet the deadlines, you have to follow these 3 points. Communication with the team members. Always, if it is a teamwork, communicate with each other. Always share the ideas. Always look for possible errors. Organize discussions with your team members, and then you will be able to find out errors quickly, and then confirm the deadlines. For each and every member of your team, you have to confirm the deadlines. These are the deadlines, and you have to complete this task within the given deadline, so that you can make sure the amendments will be conducted in a punctual manner. So confirm the deadlines to each and every person of your team. And submitting partially completed document. Partially, you can complete the document and submit it to each person or team members. Or sometimes you can submit it to your supervisor, and you can seek the advice from your supervisor. And verify the content, and always you have to verify the content and the knowledge that you have gathered. Always make sure that you have used the factual information. Make sure that the supporting documents are there and the sources are reliable. Always you have to verify. And then comes the email communication is more reliable and effective. Always use email. You can gather the email addresses of your team members and your supervisors and other knowledge, other professional bodies who are involved. All the email addresses has to be there, and you can communicate through email. It is a very effective way of communicating. And then comes the communication. Communication. Under communication, you have 3 points. Use more attractive and professional styles. Examples: graphical interpretations, tables, charts. Now, when you use graphical interpretation, it can be the information can be easily understood. People can just have a glance on the graphical interpretations and tables and charts, or professional images or whatever. They can easily understand. So there's no so much of explanations and no. All you have are graphical interpretations, tables and charts. There are some small interpretations underneath. So with those graphical interpretations, tables and charts, people can easily understand your content. That is also very important. And always try to use one page for each title. Each and every title, make sure that you use at least one page. Don't try to put 2-3 titles on a one page. It is like it's not organized. So always make your report organized one. Then make your documents attractive. Prepare attractive documents. Under prepare attractive documents, you have 2 points. Go through the document again and again and verify the content. So you have to recorrect. Again and again, you have to read the document. Read and correct. And when you are reading, when you are writing, you can't understand you are doing the wrong thing. And stop writing the document and go back to the document, read. On a reader's perspective, you will get some, you will come to know some errors. And then you can correct those errors and rewrite. That's the way. And editing the document according to the requirement. Always make sure that the document meets the requirements. Always say you have halfway finished the document. You can go back to the requirements and check whether you have done the report according to the requirements. And likewise, you have to each and every task or chapter, you can check according to the requirement and you can recorrect based on accordingly. And then comes the editing part, amendments. You can just amend the table of contents. Always make sure that your table of contents is tallying the contents. And citations, references, say you have added some more references, you have to update that in the Word document. Otherwise, it's not showing in the reference section. You have added citations in the content, but if you haven't updated that in the Word document, it's not showing in the reference section. So you have to make sure that you update always. When you enter a new citation or reference, you have to make sure that you have updated that in the Word. And correct font has to be used. Font size has to be the correct font size, required font size. And the titles, the particular, the font size is given in the guidelines. Font size and the font style, correct font has to be used according to the given guidelines. And line spacing has to be there, justifying the document, the content has to be justified, and numbering and bullets has to be in a professional manner. Page numbering, formatting techniques, all those things have to be clearly gathered through the guidelines and apply that in the document. Make sure all the guidelines are adhered. The formatting. Make a good output using quality insights, building strong arguments, justifications, critical evaluations, using theory parts and align them with the practical scenarios. Maintain a smooth flow in the sentence. Always make a good output using quality insights. You can have to gain insights from some index journals or world-renowned documents, world-renowned magazines, financial magazines, or websites, or whatever the reliable quality insights has to be there. If there are quality insights in your document, you can make it a good output. Building strong arguments. Your argument has to be strong, and you can justify your arguments. Once you make the argument, you can put some critical evaluations, critical writing, critical thinking has to be applied in your writing, and justification has to be there. You have to justify your argument. So likewise, you have to make the argument very strong, vibrant. And using theory parts, you can use the theory parts as well as the application. You can just write down the theory, and you can apply the theory in a practical scenario. That makes your report insight for the academic community or professional community or for whoever the readers will be able to gain some great insights if your theory is applied in a practical scenario. And maintain a smooth flow in sentences. You have to maintain the flow of sentences. Always organize your point. And the thing you have to explain, you can just use conjunctions. You can sometimes use passive voice, or academic styles can be applied in your report. You have to make sure that the flow of sentence is there. And maintain document quality. Use correct grammar. Try to familiarize with the reporting style, writing style, and present tense, passive voice. Where required, you have to use the passive voice. Present tense, you have to make sure that you convey your message in a good manner, with correct grammar, with correct language, and with correct report writing style. You have to convey the message clearly. Do not you better not to use words such as IV, make it passive, and it has to be it has to be reported speech always. If you are writing that in the reported speech, it will be more convincing to the community. And grammar has to be there. Grammar has to be correct. Otherwise, it makes a bad impression on the people who are reading. If you don't use good grammar, if your language is not up to that standard, then it makes a bad impact on the people. Oh, it's not a good impression. So when they read your contents with that impression, it doesn't make them understand the content sometimes. So you have to use good grammar. Make sure that you have used good grammar. And this is the end of our presentation today. And if you have any questions, you can just put forward your comments. And if you find this as useful, just mention that this is a useful content, or if you have any alternative ideas, so value additions or constructive criticism, you can mention that in the comments. So I hope you have gained something and a certain kind of value addition to your lives or academic writing from this presentation. And thank you very much for listening to me, and hope to meet you all with another insightful presentation. Thank you very much.